Hello, all. Today we will be discussing the new year ahead. The new year, a cosmic reset button for the spiritually overcaffeinated, by Diane, your friendly neighborhood mystic who refuses to take enlightenment too seriously. Every December, humans collectively decide that the universe is handing out free do-overs. We gather around clocks like they're magical portals, clutching champagne and hope, whispering things like, "This year I will finally get my life together," as if the universe isn't already laughing gently in our direction. And honestly, I adore it, because the new year is the spiritual equivalent of a cosmic etch-a-sketch shake. Everything gets a little blurry, a little sparkly, and suddenly we're allowed to redraw ourselves with better eyebrows and healthier boundaries. The universe really should hand out a receipt at the end of each year. Something like, "Thank you for participating in 2025. No refunds. Store credit only. Please see a representative if your spiritual growth was defective." And here we are again, stepping into a brand new year like we didn't just survive 12 months of plot twists written by an overcaffeinated trickster god. Time isn't linear. It's a drunk spiral with good intentions. Let's be real. The new year isn't a clean slate. It is a slightly smudged spiral where we revisit the same lessons with a little more wisdom and a lot more snacks. If you're still dealing with the same issues you had last year, congratulations, you're human. If you're dealing with them with more humor and fewer emotional explosions, congratulations, you're evolving. You don't need a new you. You need a you who's properly hydrated every New Year's ad screams. Become a better person. Meanwhile, the universe is whispering, "Sweetheart, you're already a miracle. Maybe drink some water." You don't need to be fixed. You need to be celebrated, moisturized, and occasionally reminded that your soul came here to experience joy, not to become a self-improvement project with legs. Rituals that don't require a degree in witchcraft. Let's skip the 47-step manifestation rituals that require moon water, ethically sourced dragon scales, and a goat who definitely didn't sign up for this. Try these instead. Light a candle and declare, "I release last year's nonsense." Write down one thing you survived and give yourself a standing ovation. Bless your own stubbornness. That's basically your guardian angel in sweatpants. Take a deep breath like you're inhaling your own comeback story. Make one promise you can actually keep, like, "I will not answer texts from people who drain my soul." The universe loves a hot mess with a good heart. If the universe wanted perfection, it would have stopped at stars. Instead, it made humans, stardust with opinions, trauma, and a questionable relationship with carbs. The new year doesn't want your polished self. It wants your authentic, chaotic, beautifully human self. The one who laughs at their own spiritual growth like, "Oh, look, another lesson I thought I mastered. Adorable." Your invitation this year, don't vow to become someone new. Vow to become someone truer. A little wilder, a little wiser, a little more willing to dance with your own magic. Because the world doesn't need a perfect you. It needs the you who remembers she's made of myth, grit, humor, and holy fire, and walks into the new year like she's reclaiming her throne. A mantra for the year ahead. Here's your pocket-sized spell for 2026. Short enough to remember, strong enough to shift your energy. I release the nonsense. I claim the magic. Say it like you mean it. Say it like the universe is listening. Say it like you're stepping into a year that's ready for your fire. So here we are, standing at the doorway of a brand new year, a little bruised, a little wiser, and still stubborn enough to hope. The universe isn't asking for perfection. It's asking for presence, for humor, for heart, for the version of you that remembers her own magic. Walk into this year like it's already cheering for you. Walk in like your ancestors lit the path. Walk in like your future self is waving wildly, yelling, "You've got this." And if you need a compass, use your mantra. I release the nonsense. I claim the magic. May this year meet you with joy, clarity, and the kind of miracles that feel like coming home to yourself. Need more help? Check out the pros, healers, readers, and spiritualists. Thanks for watching. DPC.